So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. We'll be live in two channels. One is in YouTube and one is in Facebook. So welcome to you all. Today my guests are Mr. Very Henson he's basically American golfer, now based in Thailand. Welcome, Henson.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Next we have Mr. Digvijay Singh from India, Asian Tour player, also plays in PGTI. Welcome, Mr. Digvijay.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay. And lastly, we have our golden boy, Tiger of Bangladesh, as Henson said, Mr. Siddikur Rahman, real golden boy of Bangladesh. I'm proud to have all of you. And I like to start with Mr. Henson, my good friend. And in fact, he's there in our homepage. So I like to start with him first. Henson, I think you can hear me. Those little sound around, I think you can hear me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try. I might have to ask you to repeat a question, but we'll give it a go here.
Okay. So the question for you, the first question, that you are an American golfer, I know. So you are settled in Thailand. So tell us something about your success story. How do you transform from America to Asia and winning some to Asian Tour to Asian Development? If I'm not wrong, you have won one Asian Tour and one Development Tour. So how do you transfer yourself to Asia and become so successful? Tell us the story.
Yeah, well, shoot, I came out here in 2011. I qualified for the Asian Games my first go, and I was lucky enough to find a home in Hua Hin, Thailand, at Black Mountain. That was really to have them take me on part of their team, be an ambassador for Black Mountain, which I've now been an ambassador now for 7 years. But I was very lucky to have success right out of the gate. I won my fifth event on in Asia on the ADT tour. I won the Clearwater Masters, and then I followed that up the following week on the regular tour with the Philippine Open win. So I had success very early on the Asian tour, and that's put me in a position to advance a little bit into Europe, but I still enjoy playing in Asia. I enjoy living in Asia. I'm here at Black Mountain in Thailand. My Asian counterparts that are here on the show, that's a little bit of my story, and I'm here right now. I'm here in dealing with the situation that my time off. I'm getting younger, I'm getting faster, and ready to come back out and bomb it past Siddikur.
Okay, stand by. I'll come back to you. All. Now let me start with Mr. Digvijay Singh. Mr. Digvijay, I saw your record. You own 12 career wins in PGTI. Also, you own an Asian Tour in 2012. That was co-sanctioned with European Tour. And also you represented India in 2003 in World Cup. So with all these records, tell us also about your success story and where are you now playing?
I never wanted to become a professional golfer to start with. Golf was just a getaway from studies, frankly, and I wanted to join the army like my dad. And I've always been a boy who wanted to be in the Olives, but that didn't happen because my mathematics was poorer than poor, and I couldn't get past the mathematics qualifying exams. Then my dad said, "What the hell are you going to do now, since you're not much of a brain?" So I trudged along and I kept playing golf, and then I thought, I played decent amateur golf, so I might as well turn professional and see where it goes. And then I turned professional and I started playing on the domestic tour. Had my first win on the then PGAI, which used to be Professional Golfers Association of India, in the very first year in 2000. Then went on to the Asian Tour. Played on the Asian Tour for 15 years. It was a struggle, up and down kind of a thing. Hit a purple patch in between, and then again back to struggle, which I think is the life of a professional golfer, be it on the US Tour or Japan or Europe, or so on and so forth. And finally, there was a breakthrough win that came in at the Panasonic Masters at the Panasonic Open in 2012. And I think on my tombstone, they'll finally write he won one Asian Tour tournament. Although I'm still going, I still haven't hung my boots. It'd be great if another victory comes my way.
Yeah, yeah.
So here I am.
Okay, okay. We'll come back to you. Let's bring our local hero, Mr. Siddikur Rahman. Siddiq, you are really a champ of Bangladesh. We call you Golden Boy. So you own 2 Asian Tour, you own 2 Asian Development Tour, and also you just missed 3. You played 3 playoff. So with all this record, tell us something about your short game, that you are one of the best player in Asia in short game around the green. Tell us something about short game, why you're so good.
Thank you. I think because of my short game stronger, I think when I was a ball boy in Kurmitala Golf Club, I had not enough opportunity to play on the course. So most of the time I played on the soil, like group of player, like 7-8 players. We played mostly played on the soil hole, like very small hole, which is like we spend like hour and hour, day and day, like week, month, like I had a very good team, like Sakawat Sohail and Milone, like we played together actually because we couldn't play on the court. So I think that is also maybe kind of reason. And of course there is no similarity on the grass and the soil hole. So I think there is some that is also can that was, I think, helped me, like I think to be a good short gamer. I think that's why I'm better in short game. But yeah, I can say that because I can relate those days and nowadays, which is really I can compare. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, you don't require to tell it because the stats and records of Asian Tour says that you are the one of the best players of so far produced by Asia as short gamer. I mean, around the green, at least around the green. Okay, let's call back Mr. Henson, Mr. Barry Henson. I saw you in first Asian Tour here in Bangladesh Open, Mr. Barry Henson. You had been posing with Siddikur and Rashid Khan Mamat in that photograph or homepage. So I was searching you, who is that? And then I found that you are that Mr. Barry Henson. So my question is, after that first Open, Bangladesh Open, how many times you traveled to Bangladesh and what is the experience in Bangladesh golf?
Well, I can't remember the year I first opened, but I think I've been there
2015.
times. 2015. Okay. And I think I've been there times, and if I recollect right, I don't think I've finished outside the top 10 yet. So I've had
that's a decent run.
Yeah, and I think I beat Siddikur maybe once or twice. So I mean, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yes, you did. You did.
Yes, you did.
I'm definitely feeling like the underdog when I step onto his home course. But anytime I can beat City around there, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. So I'll tell you that. I love the. It's to be honest, it's actually one of my favorite courses to play all year on the Asian Tour. It suits my game really well. I love the strategy around it. It's a short gamer's golf course. I'm a short gamer like Siddikur as well. I definitely takes a driver out of my hand, but I like to tape it course and there's a lot of and I like. And I've been lucky. I've stayed at the Radisson Blu every year I've gone. They've taken really good care of me. I've enjoyed my time in Bangladesh. Siddikur has taken me out to dinner a couple of times, which I really appreciate. I've had some local food.
My pleasure. Anytime, more than welcome.
Yeah. We've definitely had our share of visits to Nando's. We did Bangladesh, I've been treated with very warm hospitality. Thank you to yourself and the crew, and I'll continue to come back as long as I can.
Okay. Now, stand by, please. Also, this time I again want to talk to Digvijay. He is due to leave us within 20 minutes, if not, he stay back. Mr. Digvijay, are you? I mean, will you leave us within after 20 minutes, or will you be there?
Yes, unfortunately I have to be somewhere. So yes.
Okay, so another 10 minutes we have in our hands. So
Yeah.
tell us your story. I mean, what is your goal from here? You know, I know you as a respected PGTA player, maximum PGTA players I saw, they respect you, and you are having an extraordinary personality. You are an idol for them. I had been involved in some, refereeing some PGTA tournament in Assam, Calcutta. So from my experience, you say that you are a personality to be followed by junior players. So tell us about your goal, as you have been telling. From here, where do you want to go?
I'm well, as of right now, I'm still competing on the domestic tour, whatever little I am. But going forward from here, along with Jyoti, we've started a foundation which is called the Ultimate Foundation, where we help some kids from underprivileged backgrounds who cannot afford the game. And also, we are helping an organization called the Raise Foundation from Jaipur, which helps with the education of HIV positive kids. So we are trying to introduce those HIV positive kids through this game of golf into the mainstream of society. Uh, there's a huge taboo which is built around HIV positive kids or AIDS affected patients. You know, people don't want to talk to them. People want to keep them away. We're just trying to break that illusion through the game of golf, purely because it's a contactless sport. Although it is not a transferable or a communicable disease by touch, but we're trying to break that. And the Ultimate Foundation is also working very closely with a couple of other foundations where these young kids are being introduced to the game of golf here in Gurgaon at my home course, Golden Greens. So that is what I'm doing as far as my well, I don't think I'm going to ever let go of competitive golf. I'll keep in touch with it. I'll keep playing whenever and however little I can. But I'm doing a fair bit of work towards the foundation and towards getting these young kids into mainstream. Trying to give them a future. Frankly, trying to give them a skill set. Not everybody can become a champion, but I'm trying to. I mean, all of us are here trying to make an effort into getting these kids skilled in, if not in become a player themselves, they could always learn the skill sets of becoming maybe a caddy master somewhere, or maybe get on to managing managing of greenkeepers kind of a situation. Basically, trying to give them skill sets which will get them employment on the golf course in the
Okay.
within the space of the game. So we're trying to do that.
That's great. Just one audience was asking a question to you. Tell us about your brother-in-law, Jyoti Randad. I never knew it. Leading golfer of India. Your sister, Chitaranga, Bollywood actress. Can you respond to that question?
Yeah, see, I was introduced to the game by Jyoti. We were classmates back in 1988 because we were both tall. Both of us were tall. We were sitting. I mean, we were made to sit right at the back of the class, and we shared the same bench. And he's the one who introduced me to the sport. He took me down to the golf course, and frankly speaking, when I went there for the first time, I thought golf is an old man's game, and just for the ego bit of it, I could not make contact with the ball for the first 1 week. It became an ego issue, and I went back again and again and again, and here I am today. So
Okay.
that's how
Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back. Let me bring now our Siddikur Rahman. Siddikur, already I was getting some questions from local audience. So main theme is that what is your next step, next goal, where you're going, when is your next tournament starts?
Well, so far there is a schedule in September, the Asian Tour schedule, but I don't know I will be able to participate or not, because so far, as far as I know, for Bangladeshi passport holder will not be able to go Korea and Japan. So there is a schedule Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. So maybe if they will withdraw, or if they allow Japan and Korea, then I will be able to participate all those tournament. Otherwise, I have to go for Taiwan only. So this is the schedule so far, and well, I'm enjoying this pandemic time, like COVID-19, and I'm enjoying my time, and I'm doing as much as I can do. Mostly like physical fitness and mental fitness, but I have really good ambition to upgrade myself. Maybe someday in Europe or PGA Tour. So this is what my thinking nowadays.
Okay, Sidhu, just I want to get a opinion from you. Another audience asks is, what's about who when we get Bangladesh gets another Siddikur like you?
Well, it's no, nobody can produce like someone. You have to have that ambitions, and you have to have goal. You have to have, like inner spirit. Like what is your goal? Like there is a lot of golfers, young talented golfers. Even we have a national team player. Like well, I can advise, I can show the way, but you have to do your own thing. So like I wish and I believe that very soon will come out few golfers from Bangladesh, the way we move forwarding. But honestly, you have the key word is you have to have that ambition, then only you're able to perform that, and also you're able to go that you're able to reach that level. Otherwise it's not possible. I cannot do your job, you cannot do my job. So it's like everyone has to have to have their own job. So it's really it is personal job. So it depends on your own.
Okay, okay. Stand by, please. Mr. Henson, I think you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Henson, Mr. Sakib Hussain, he's editor of, I think he's the editor of Golf International or Golf Bangladesh. Sorry, Golf International. There is another web portal. So he wants to know from you, what is your average driving distance, average driving distance, and then my
350
question.
yards.
Okay, 250 years. My question to you is,
350 yards.
okay, 350 years. Okay, okay, that's good. Okay,
When he
so
catches
you
it
are
on the heel.
I haven't
my question is,
got to answer that. But,
okay, okay, that's great.
no,
So,
I've been working on my speed this off season. I've got my speed up pretty high right now. I'm swinging it pretty close to 120 mile per hour.
Ooh,
I'm getting close to 180 ball speed right now, which is
God help us now.
which is a big jump for me. So I'm getting really close to 310, 315 carry right now. I've been working really hard at it, and that was kind of one of my goals on this little off season. And I mean, you see Bryson doing it. I mean, the transformation he's made is just incredible. Bryson DeChambeau.
Yep.
So
okay.
I'm
Okay, can I add some other question to this? Like, you raised yourself in USA and then you transferred to Asia. Did you play college golf, US college golf in USA, or you just came through some challenge tour like web.com or anything? That's all.
No, I graduated from the University of in 2003, and I turned pro right away, and then I found my ways on the mini tours, in Asia. In 11.
Okay. So in your Instagram, somebody is asking from some audience. In your Instagram, you've been posting a lot of pictures, how you're passing your COVID time and doing some gym. What's about that? Why is that you're so busy with gym in Instagram?
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time getting stronger after really put in a lot of work on my physical fitness. I have ever since I had my wrist surgeries a couple years ago, but more efficiently now since I've had the time. I've been able to manage my diet. I've lost some weight. I'm really strong right now, and now I'm actually working on power. So I'm taking the strength that I've gained in the last couple months, and we're working on a power circuit that will last 5 weeks in hopes to prepare for being ready to go.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Let me bring Mr. Digvijay Singh again. Mr. Digvijay Singh, as you had been telling about your foundation, it was a pleasure to hear about that, your Nobel Award. So beside that, you have been also here in Bangladesh number of, I have seen personally. And also, you played Bangladesh, some PGTA event also, I think Bangladesh Open you played. So two part. One is, what is your experience in Bangladesh? Another part is, why PGTA is producing so many good players, one after another, in India?
My first ever visit to Bangladesh was back in 2002. And I played both 2 weeks back to back. One was Kurmitola, followed by Bhatyari in Chittagong. So both those golf courses were, I played them before they were redesigned to the new setup that we have today. And it was always I always loved coming to Bangladesh. I have a lot of friends there, Zaman, Siddikur Rahman, and there's so many guys, Shekhawat Sohail, and you have a lot of players playing on our tour, which actually makes us mingle with them really good. And so that's why I always liked going there, and I like the food a lot. So I like Bangla food a lot. So that's why I used to always look forward to that 1 week on the calendar where one would get to go down to Bangladesh. Coming back to your point of why PGTI is producing players, I think the perfect example or the perfect model to pick up would be what the Koreans have done, what the Koreans have done with their junior program. And that is what we have tried to do here with the Indian Golf Union. They tried to catch them young and give them enough exposure with the right kind of coaching at the right time, which helped them grow into good professionals or successful professionals at a very early age. I mean, guys like Shubhankar Sharma at the age of he's 23, 24, he's such an accomplished resume he has. It doesn't come without a solid foundation, So to a large extent, I would say kids who came out of the Indian Golf Union, the young kids who came out of Indian Golf Union, Gaganjit Bhullar, Anirban Lahiri, Chirag Kumar, Himmat Rai, you have Rashid Khan. There are enough number of players who I can just go on talking about. Udyan Mane, who's our number one. He's the leader of the order merit right now. He's won 3 tournaments on the trot. So I think it all has to do with the kind of competition you provide to the kids at an early age. And luckily, PGTI I think it's a very good stepping stone if one wants to, progress as a professional and carry on to the Asian Tour or beyond. Back in the days, there was professional golf in India, but it wasn't so strong. But the moment you put money in the hole, there'll be people fighting for it. So it goes hand in hand. You put money in, and people will come and play for it. So simple.
Okay, yeah. I'll come back. Yeah, come back. Let me also now bring Mr. Siddikur. Siddikur, you heard Mr. Digvijay. I want to hear from you something different. Like you have been in and around some European tour winning. You just finished. You tied in 3 post-sanction Asian Tour and European Tour even. So tell us some your experience there. Share us some story from there. How did you finish 3 ties? Is a record also.
Let me go a little bit back. The word Diggy sir said, like for junior program, in order for get a good quality of player like European Tour standard player, Asian Tour, and PGA Tour standard player. Of course, absolutely, he's right. We have to have the junior program. Actually, I forgot to tell about that, because you see, if you look our country, like in Bangladesh, like we have the junior program, but it's very minor, very little. So without that, it's very difficult to get world-class player or create like quality of a player. And secondly, as you said, the experience of European Tour, it was a good experience. Like since 2007, I have been playing as a professional. I started from PGTI, Indian Tour, and I'm really very lucky that first year I qualified in India, and I was playing very good. Till now I'm playing good, but in order for in order for to play good, you have to work hard, every single thing. So I think I have been working hard in order for performance, and I'm really happy that I can afford my hard work. And that was really good experience in Europe. I thought like uh, actually I've been twice to European to qualifying school, but I couldn't pass. But I played good, and I got a good experience from there. But I played three times, very good, very close to win. But that was also good experience. But still, I have a hope that one day I will be able to play a European tour, and I will have a European tour card, inshallah.
Hey,
Okay,
can I
okay.
ask
I'm
a,
sure
That's,
you will.
can I
yeah.
ask
Hey, Hanson, this is your turn now. What's about
a-
your European tour and PGA tour experience? Do you have any?
I wanted to ask Siddikur how he figured out how to play that course in Germany, that the Eagles course, the Porsche European Masters. I think he finished like top 10 that week. It's the longest course on the European tour.
Wow.
So I want to know how he did that one.
Well, I finished third, actually. The German
Yeah.
course, actually. Yeah, actually, I was before the tournament. I was bedridden. Actually, I had a problem, as all of you know, that I got a injured 2014, L4 L5 compress. So I was actually bedridden like 20 days, and then I said, and then I'm very fortunate that I got in. I got into German. I said, let's go. I just my wife does everything like air ticket and booking, everything she done. She done for me. So I flew and I went there, and then first day I went for the practice, and I saw the, like, it's like a huge golf course, like very long distance golf course. Then I called my wife, why don't you check the yardage? If you tell me before, I wouldn't come here. I said, anyway, thank you. I said, okay, no problem. Since I'm here, okay, I will enjoy this course. And then
Did you
I really mean it, and I really did it. I really enjoyed a lot, and then I just play for fairway, green, and my putting was superb that week. Honestly, and nothing was like distance, like I played. I hit a drive shot on the fairway, second shot maybe just on the green, and I remember like I hold a putt like 20 feet. I hold like 20 putts in 4 days.
Wow,
you know
man. Wow.
I think that was the key. I think if I can do, if I can do that kind of putting,
Well, I
anytime, anywhere, I can win. This is no problem. Not
sorry,
only me, anybody can win.
sorry to butt in, but I think that was not the reason. The reason that you played well was that you were happy to be there and you
Exactly.
enjoyed
Yes,
being there.
yes.
I think that led
I
the
agree.
one thing led to the other.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Okay.
agree. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Let me again bring Mr. Hanson. Yeah, we had been hearing the story of Siddikur and was amazed. So I'll come back to Mr. Digvijay Singh again. So
Yeah.
tell me, did you play any European tour or PGA tour event?
No, I
is
didn't
it
actually. Sorry, was that for me or
Yeah, it's
was
for
that
you. And do you have goals to play there?
is that for Berry or Digvijay?
Barry Singh.
Oh,
Berry,
Barry
right? Yeah.
Hanson.
you're
Barry
on.
Hanson, sorry.
Sorry, Berry. That's for
Mr.
you.
Barry
Sorry.
Hanson. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
My bad.
Can you ask the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to know you did not play European Tour or PGA Tour. So as you're from US soil, you know the circuit of USA PGA Tour. So what is your goal to reach there?
Well, I mean, when I came to Asia, my goal was to be here for 3 years and progress to a tour. I've had little stints in Europe. I've had some PGA Tour starts, but my main goal is to play on the PGA Tour. It's always been. But I feel like Asia is a really good stepping stool to get there. You can see what guys have done, like Anirban Lahiri and Kiradek off the Bonrat, and Jazz. Jane Watanabe has given himself the opportunity this year to play himself onto the PGA Tour. So Asia gives you that platform if you play well. It rewards you. It gives you those opportunities. I've been lucky enough to play in CIMB a couple of times. I just haven't taken advantage of those opportunities as well as some of the other I've had or have done. But I feel my capable. It's just playing well in the right week, and if I get another opportunity. know,
Okay, you don't have any U.S. golf experience of playing U.S. golf, U.S. College golf, NC Division 1 or 2? Do you have?
I played U.S. qualifying school for 7 years straight before I came to Asia. So I kept failing. I kept getting beat down in the U.S. I just never quite got status. But I just kept, you know, I'm a testament of never giving up. I've never given up my whole career in golf. I've always believed in ability, and I was lucky enough to come over here in Asia and have success. And I've been very grateful for the Asian tour to allow me to build my career.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Mr. Digvijay Singh, sir, as Siddikur was telling, and also we also heard your, can you tell your name of your foundation so that we know it and put it in our web portal? What is the name of your foundation? And then something about advice for the Bangladeshi golfers or the future professional golfer of India.
Well, the foundation is called The Ultimate Foundation.
Ultimate,
and yeah, we are based out of Golden Greens, and that's where Siddikur used to come earlier. And
Yes.
not only Siddikur, we've had a couple of other Bangladeshi pros who used to come down to our academy and train there, along with Pritam Saikia. So,
Yes.
having said that, I think PGTI is doing really good, and we basically tried to emulate from a better tour. We tried to emulate from the Asian tour. When we formed PGTI back in 2006, we basically picked up the principles of the Asian tour and tried to imbibe them into our body. Like the Asian tour, the PGTI is also a body run and owned by the players. So there is no marketing company taking any decisions for the future of the players here, but the players themselves. So that is number one. And I think there's enormous amount of talent in Bangladesh. But basically it is just waiting to be discovered and nurtured. I don't think we are any different from Thailand or Taiwan. I'll just talk about the demographically only about Asia, because we're very differently built as far as our physiology is concerned in comparison to the Europeans or the Americans. You've seen Benson is a big guy, but we are not, right? So, players coming out of Thailand and Taiwan and these ASEAN countries and the South Asian countries are really good with their short games. We're very good with a lot of wrist work. Now, we might not have players in Asia who bomb it 350 yards, but we have players in Asia who are great around the greens, who are phenomenal with their short games within 100 yards, very tough to beat. Guys like Virachant, and so many of these Thai players, and I can see there are so many of these Indian players. SSP Chaurasia is phenomenal, Rashid Khan, Shubhankar Sharma, Gaganjeet Bhullar. So I think what you have is what you have to try and nurture. So I personally feel, although this sport has transformed into a power sport, initiated originally by Tiger Woods, and now of course you have look at Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, he's hitting the ball 325 yards, so he's changing the game now. But I still feel at the end of the game, the tournaments are still won within 100 yards of the green. So if you're lethal within those 100 yards, you will match up. So when Siddikur says that he doesn't hit it very far, I don't care. He still finds the damn fairway every single time he picks up that driver. So it all evens out. It's like your hand. All the fingers are not the same. One is shorter, one is longer. So if I have the distance, somebody else might have the short game. The third guy might have a phenomenal touch with the putter. So I think coming back to you said about PGTI, these are the platforms which can spring up a player into the next onto the next level if he's initiated into one of these platforms at an early age and he digs his feet in, and then like Siddikur said, the hard work is the only way. The sky's the limit.
Yeah. Okay. So let me bring Siddikur once again for the last time. Siddikur, what's about your sponsor? We knew that you have a good few. You had been missing some good sponsors. The sponsors you have, these are not basically sponsors and supporting. So, what's about your sponsors management, and also little bit about advice for the juniors?
Well, so far I don't have any sponsorship except in the tour, like Titleist. They're supporting me equipment like some golf accessories. This is what I have so far, and other than I don't have any sponsorship. But yeah, if somebody wishes to sponsor, more than welcome. But the other hand, I'm not worried about that. I'm just working my own, and I'm working hard. So the things will come on time. This is what I believe. And second thing, like about junior, I have a humble request to our Bangladesh Golf Federation and our BPGA, Bangladesh Future Golfers
Siddikur, just to
Association.
interfere, Mr. Digvijay Singh requests to leave us. If you allow Mr. Benson and Siddikur, he may leave us. Mr.
Yeah.
Digvijay Singh.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
sure,
gents.
sure.
I have
Thank
to
you
get
so much.
somewhere.
Nice to talk with you.
Thank you very much for having
Peace,
me,
peace.
and
Sure.
hope
Take
to see
care.
you
Take
guys
care and be safe.
Are you going
on the
skydiving?
fairways and the greens very soon. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
That's the
okay,
key. That's the key.
okay,
Take care. Ciao. Bye.
okay,
Thank you.
Bye,
You
guys.
okay,
take care. Bye bye.
okay. Siddikur, go ahead. We'll
Yeah.
just continue with Siddikur and Mr. Berry.
I remember when I was getting to a national team like 1999. That time was really good flow for the junior. That time we have had like a good program. Like we were a bunch of junior. We had a training. We had a tournament. We played like members tournament at KGC. So it was remained like since 2000, since 1999, and then till 2010. I don't think last 10 years was that much good junior program. Of course, we have a good academy like Bangladesh Golf Academy, which is really they're trying heart and soul to produce good player from the juniors. I think we can do a lot of things for juniors. We can increase the tournament, as Diggy said, because I've been to that ultimate golf academy. There I trained a lot with the Pritham Saikia, and I saw in India, and I can see now all over the world there is a no way without junior program. If we create more junior program, only then we will get more a more quality full international player, those who are able to participate, PGTI, Asian Tour, European Tour, Japan Tour, and PGA Tour, of course. So I cannot see without any junior program you will get a players. This is what I can say. We need a junior program, so that only there is a chance.
Okay, okay. Let me bring Mr. Henson, Very Henson, Mr. Very Henson. So, what's about Thailand? You're staying there. Each Thailand golf courses are reopened. Could you start your practice and going to course?
Yeah, we've been open. We shut down there for probably about a month when COVID started up, but we opened about a month ago, and I've been slowly training. I'm probably playing once or twice a week with some of the members, enjoying playing with them and getting out and getting to meet some of the new members that have come here to Black Mountain. And consistently, I've been probably practicing 2 to 3 hours a day. Actually ramping up. I'm gonna go play Tongchai event next week in Lopburi, Thailand. So that'll be my first event in competition, and I look forward to seeing some of the Thai boys and hoping they don't beat up on me too bad.
Okay, your advice, your last words for us. What all junior professionals should do?
And that's for me.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yeah, I mean, just enjoy the game. I mean, I remember when I was, a young kid, I was a multi-sport athlete, and golf was my third sport, but I did it because I enjoyed it. I went out. My mom used to line up golf balls for me, and I just rip them. I didn't care. There was no technique involved. And then my grandpa used to take me out play golf with him on the weekends when I was very young, and then I just kind of developed a love for the game. I always enjoyed the difficulty and how hard it is, and I wanted to beat it. So just go. I just tell all the juniors, go have fun, enjoy. You got so much time to make it serious. But if you can build a love for golf at an early age and enjoy the time you spend out there with your friends, family, whatever, then that's a positive, and golf will mature you in your life and beyond.
Okay. So Siddikur, your last word for this show.
Sorry?
Your last words for us for this show.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. And my last word is like, of course, I'm a professional. So my request to all professionals, please do something for the country. Do something for the country. Automatically, you will be benefited, first of all. Secondly, your family. Thirdly, for the country. So those who have opportunity to do something, please do it, because only we can do, like I'm a professional golfer, so I can do something for golf. So those who are professional golfer, or those who are football, or those who are cricketer, like whoever, like I particularly, I'm saying those who are golfer, those who have the chance, those who are on the path line to do something, please be more ambitious, so that and stick with that, then only you're able to reach your goal.
Okay, so with these good words of Mr. Siddikur and Mr. Barry Henson, my very close friend, in fact. So thank you very much for your time. It was great pleasure to have you all in my show. In fact, today we may have from England, Ireland, Mr. Patrick Harrington. He is contacting me now. So we have to end this show and welcome him maybe after 1 hour. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Siddikur. Thank you very much. And so thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
You too. Take care. Bye.